What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video of Paula's journey slash craziness, shall I say. In today's video, I'm actually gonna kind of put it together. I'm going to Publix right now. I also want to talk to you guys a little bit about what went on in cycle 1. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and state that I am going to Publix. I am currently in a raccoon costume, don't judge me. And yeah, I thought I'd bring you along to Publix. I'm going to get some donut holes because today we're doing like a hot chocolate kind of get together at my uncle's house. And yeah, let's just get right into the video. Okay, what's up, guys? So I just apologize for the sirens. I'm certain a police or firefighter is saving somebody's life right now. But I just got here to Publix and I'm gonna go in to get donut holes. Okay, this is the thing. My best friend calls them donut holes. I call them munchkins. I call them munchkins because I worked at Dunkin' Donuts and that's how they call them. But she calls them donut holes. And so comment down below who calls them donut holes or who calls them munchkins, because I call them munchkins just because I worked at Dunkin' Donuts and that's all that I knew them by, and she calls them donut holes, and I'm certain there's more of you who call them donut holes. But yeah, so I'm going into Publix with my raccoon outfit. Everybody's probably gonna look at me weird, but I mean, I don't care. We live once, so why not live it to the fullest? But I'll see you guys in Publix. Wearing my mask, walking into Publix in my raccoon outfit. I literally do. The hood is over here, but I literally am wearing a raccoon outfit. But yeah, I'll see you guys inside. Okay, guys, back from Publix. Look, there's like firefighters and stuff. I saw them taking a lady. It's so sad. I don't like to see those things. Back from Publix, and I got the donut holes that I'd show you. Can't show you if I have the receipt on it. Anyways, so I got the donut holes. So I got the powdered ones, and then I got the chocolate ones that should be in here somewhere. There you go. And yeah, so now I'm on my way back to my house. Hey guys, so I'm back home and I'm sitting here on my porch. I normally don't ever come on the porch, or would you call this a porch or a patio? Oh man, I have a sty in my eye, guys. This is the first time I've ever gotten a sty, and I was just about to like rub it, and I can't use my hands for this side of my eye because there's a sty. I've been putting hot water, well, like hot compressants and the sty cream to hopefully it goes away, because I've never gotten a sty and it's very, very overwhelming. I woke up today not knowing what the heck to do. But yeah, so I am out here. Just let me just show you. I mean, it's so beautiful. For me, it's very beautiful to sit out here and to just watch, I don't know, the trees, and to just not really like think about too much. Like, you're just sitting here and you're just admiring the trees, and just today it's really cold. Well, for Floridians, this is cold. We're like in the 50s today. That's why we decided to do a hot chocolate party, and that's why I'm in my onesie. But yeah, so I wanted to come out here. I never normally do this, and now I'm rambling on, but I wanted to come out here and just sit and relax, and I wanted you guys to be here with me. Cycle 1 has been crazy. I don't even know where I would start. Like, for example, I got my period. I got my period naturally for the second time in my whole entire life. And the reason why I say for the second time is because excuse if you hear dogs, I am outside, so excuse if you hear dogs, excuse if you hear like people talking. But yeah, this is the second time in my whole entire life that I've gotten a period, like a natural cycle where I wasn't on medication, where I wasn't, kind of induced because of the fact that I don't get regular periods, or I'll get my period for like 3 months or even sometimes 4 months, and then it'll go away and I won't have my period for a year or 6 months. It really just depends on my body. And I finally got my cycle, and it was regular, and it was awesome, and it was overwhelming because I never thought that I would get my period on my own. And for that to be even a possibility that I was able to get my period on my own means the world to me. A lot of people are like, oh, I wish I didn't have my period. But when you are a person that doesn't have their period, and that goes through these pains, and their period pains, and even worse, but you don't get a period, sometimes you wish that you could just have your period, get it over with, and then be the rest of your, month happy go lucky and doing what you can and are gonna do. So first cycle, got my period, beautiful. Then I start tracking my ovulation. Everything seemed good. I think cycle day 15, if I'm not mistaken, I believe I did ovulate. And then I got all of these symptoms, that you would think, man, she's pregnant. A lot of them you could think, oh yeah, those are period symptoms. But for a person who doesn't get their period naturally, number one, and for a person who always has the same exact pains and it doesn't really ever change, like things that are out of the ordinary for me, of course I'm gonna think something different. But I knew going into this that I did not want to get my hopes up. I didn't want to get my hopes up. I didn't want to think, yeah, the first month I'm gonna get pregnant. I didn't want to think that. Now, did I think that? Yes, of course everybody's gonna think that. Of course everybody's gonna want that. But at the end of the day, I didn't want to be disappointed, which I ended up being, and I'll get to that in a minute. So I just kind of took it with the flow. I, did my ovulation testing, and let me tell you, I was religious. I take my ovulation test. If you saw the previous vlog, you would know. If you watched it to the end, I take my ovulation test at 1:30 p.m. and at 7:18 p.m. religiously. It didn't matter where I was. I could have been in the mall, I could have been at my sister's, I could have been anywhere. And if I had to take my test, I was taking it, no matter where. It's like, find me a bathroom because I gotta go take my test. And that's how serious I am about this, and that's how much I want it. But yeah, so it was crazy. And maybe for cycle 3, because I currently am in cycle 2, and I will get to that in a next video. But maybe for cycle 3, I'll take you along on my day of what it is to take ovulation tests when you're like out and about and doing stuff. But yeah, my Premom app told me I was going to get my period on the, I want to say the 5th. And so what ended up happening, I got my period again. So now it was, it was crazy. Like, I got my period and I was like, wow, like, this is amazing because I've never had this experience. So to get my period, I'm sorry if I keep looking up. Maybe this is a bad idea to be outside, but it just feels so good outside. But there's like squirrels going around and I keep on staring at them. But yeah, so I got my period and I was like, wow, like for me to get another period, and it was like a perfect cycle. Like my first cycle, I got my period, and now my second cycle, that I'm currently almost into my third, I also got my period. It was a regular cycle. It was beautiful. And when I got my cycle, I was obviously distraught. I was disappointed. I was scared. There was a lot of emotions going on. And when I went to the bathroom, obviously every woman knows you go to the bathroom, you wipe, you see blood, or you don't see blood. When I went to the bathroom, I saw blood. And when I saw blood, I immediately was disappointed because I knew what that meant. And so what ended up happening is I just wiped myself or whatever. And these 2 weeks were like crazy for me, but I was like, you know what? I'm not pregnant. Like, I obviously know that I'm not. So what I ended up doing was oh God, I have a hair on me. So what I ended up doing was I went to over here where it's my living room. I went to the living room and I just sat down and I told my boyfriend, I said, I'm not pregnant. And he just looked at me. He could obviously see the disappointment because he obviously knows me. So I was like, he was like trying to talk to me, and I just sat down and I was like, I don't want to talk. I was like, I do not want to talk. I'm just going to sit here. And all I ended up doing was crying. I sat there for an hour straight in silence. He didn't speak to me. He just held my hand very tightly. And I just cried and cried. And when I mean crying, like I was hyperventilating, like it was like one of those cries that you do when you're like very upset about something. And I sat there and I just cried. And for the first time in a while, I felt so sad, but that made me realize how bad I want this. Because when you're diagnosed from the age of 13 and you're told constantly since the age of 13 that if you have children, it's going to be very difficult, or you might not be able to have children, or a definite you're not going to have children, it's very, very disappointing. It's a very emotional roller coaster that us as women who suffer through conditions that have to do with trying to conceive a baby, not that have to do with trying to conceive a baby, but conditions that can affect trying to conceive a baby, that's a better way of saying it, it's very disappointing. And for a while I said, you know what, I don't want to go through this. I don't want to put my body through all of this stress and all of this disappointment that I'm going to go through when I try to conceive a baby. Like, I don't know that I want to go through that because I'm already an emotional human to begin with. And not only that, but I am also very scared. I guess you can say that. I'm also very scared. I'm very scared of what the outcome is going to be, and I'm so scared that I don't want to ever have to get to that outcome. So I told myself for the longest, oh, I'm not having children. I'm not having children. And when I was presented with the opportunity to be able to have or be able to try, I was like, I have to do this. Like, I have to take this chance, because if I don't, I will regret it for the rest of my life. Because I've always been what do you call it? Like, I've always wanted to be a mom. And so it was very, very rough when I got that, you're not pregnant. After, even because I did post my ovulation videos, I was seeing lines. And I just think that those lines obviously are false positives, but that just made me disappointed even more. I was like, well, you know what? I don't want to do this and then keep getting false positives and think that I'm pregnant when I'm truly not pregnant. So I decided that I'm not going to take tests. I'm not saying that I will never do it, because obviously everybody loves to do progression, but I'm not going to be overwhelmed with taking tests and doing this and putting stress onto my body, because every time I'm stressed, my endometriosis flares up even more than it flares up naturally to begin with. And so I'm trying to not have a lot of stress, because I want my body to be stress-free. I want my body to enjoy this experience. And it's not an easy experience, but when you put so much stress on yourself, it becomes even more of a difficult experience. And I noticed that crying that day, that was the most amazing thing that I could have done, because I cried it all out. I cried out all of what I was feeling. And then once I cried, I was like, I'm good. Like, let's pick it up. Positivity. Let's do this. Like, we got this. And so I think it's good to cry. I think it's good to cry it out. I think it's good to express your feelings, express your emotions, and just be real. Be real with yourself. Be real with others. Because when you're your real, true self, everybody who's there for you is going to support you. Support system is very, very, very important. And I learned that every single day. Every single day I learn something new. And that is one thing that I've learned. Without a support system going through what I'm going through currently, that is like the most hardest thing that you can go through alone. Hands down. Yeah, so I wanted to just come on here and let you guys know, no, I am not pregnant. Yes, I am still trying. You guys are on my journey. I appreciate each and every one of you. This video is going to be long. I kind of ranted, but which I'm sorry for, but I wanted to get everything out. So I love each and every one of you. I do know that there are new subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for supporting me, supporting my journey, and being here with me, because you guys are also my support system. Every time I see a new subscriber, every time I see a new view on my video, it makes me feel amazing. It makes me feel hopeful and worth it. And you guys do that, okay? And I want you guys to know that you guys are amazing. I thank each and every one of you. I love each and every one of you. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe to my channel to support me on this journey. And yeah, I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.